back, and this is essay number 2. Another little bit of a thinker, but if you chart it out and plan it, you're going to be just fine. Okay, I'm going to read the essay to you first, the prompt. It says, in the global era, development and ethnic conflicts continue to be problems begging to be solved. While some support the help of external organizations and countries, others make strong arguments for internal self-sufficient changes. Using information from the Arab, Israeli, and development units, to what extent are foreign aid, that's a mistake on the study guide, are foreign aid and intervention preventing real progress in problematic countries? Okay, so we're going to start by just looking at our keywords, right? So we need to understand how some people support help, right? But others make strong arguments for internal self-sufficient change, right? So we're trying to figure out why these ethnic conflicts and development issues continue to happen, and if external help is really helping or hurting them in the long run. Okay, so we're trying to figure out to what extent, this is a big part of it, it's not a yes or no, or it's all this or all that, it's a to what extent question. And then you also want to look at how foreign aid and intervention are preventing real progress, okay? So those are our key words, and now I'm going to try to put it into my own words to make sure I understand it. So I might say, okay, does it really help countries if there's intervention? And to what extent? How much does intervention really help a country that's having problems with development and or problems with the Arab-Israeli conflict, okay? So we need to break it out, right? And so all I'm going to do is think about positive aspects of development intervention, positive aspects of intervention in the Arab-Israeli conflict, and then I'm going to think about negative aspects in development, and then negative aspects in the Arab-Israeli conflict. And then, hopefully by the end of that, we'll be able to understand and look and think about what we want to say. All of my markers are dying. So, positive aspects of development intervention, that you get immediate help, right? There's this humanitarian aspect that a lot of you guys touched on with your development projects, right? You can feed somebody very quickly. You can give them medical supplies very quickly, right? Positive aspects of the Arab-Israeli intervention is that it can seem like you guide immediate right? Or the U.S. has tried to alleviate some problems, right? Negative aspects of development intervention could be that it doesn't fix real problems. You could also talk about how it prevents real growth, right? Here's where you might want to talk about the World Bank example. Remember Jamaica and the milk, right? Negative aspects of intervention in the Arab-Israeli conflict. Well, if you think about the U.S. involvement, has it really been positive in terms of our engineering of the conflict? You can think about the lasting effect on Palestinians, right? And the demographic differences between the two groups of people there. Right, and so what you might start to do when you stand back and look at this is you can start to maybe see that there's a theme, right? That perhaps positively, right, in terms of what's good, we could say that we can have some good short-term or humanitarian goals, right? But the negative is that it leads to, doesn't really solve long-term, deep problems and that there are basic economic problems that continue even after all the short-term problems might be solved. So if I'm standing back and thinking about this, I might say, okay, remember it's a to what extent question, so it might be that foreign intervention solves short-term problems but really can't solve long-term deep problems, that nations need to work through hard development challenges on their own. That could be a thesis, right? Or you could say that it solves humanitarian issues but leaves deep economic problems. So with your thesis, I'm going to be looking for a well-crafted thesis that answers this question and sort of explores the extent to which foreign aid helps or hurts a nation.